The NASDAQ went up and down 6%. That's just for an index in one day. It was the fourth most volatile day in history. What you're about to see is a video snippet from inside the boiler room. Every single morning before the open of the US stock markets, I analyze dozens of stocks and then decide on the trades that we're going to look at for that day with dozens of traders. We all get together, execute trades, chat some, and make some money together on a Zoom conference call. Go to thepatterntrader.com/club to find out more. So, I've been talking for a long time about risk and reward, and it's really important that you understand risk and don't take too much risk, because this market is a bucking bronco. Whichever way you think it's going, even if you're right, it's got some intraday directional or counter directional moves that are just exorbitant. So it's actually very difficult to control your risk, very difficult to put a tight stop. And that's what I was try and find out places you can hide and put a tight stop. And if you can't find them, then just step aside, because once something gets going and the ranges are big, it becomes inherently unpredictable and very difficult to quantify your risk, and it just becomes really a straight gamble. We just kind of close right on the low, and now we open there. Do we kind of just sustain that thing? It's very possible. My kind of feeling is that it's got to go and reconsolidate that low. You could probably see a swoon to reconsolidate that thing, maybe make a new low, and then, if it goes higher, then it would be in a better position. So this is an extremely tricky market. I'm trying to balance two thoughts where the big picture is very, very bearish, but you're at an area, and this is what I was talking about last week, where it's, becomes a little bit more dangerous to, short something. You can see that the energy, has come straight down. So now you're making a decision, do I get short here? And, it may be the right decision, but it becomes, increasingly trickier, especially now, you kind of have this little, it could be a complete fake out. That little reversal could just be a short covering rally. And we could, the path of, I shouldn't even say the path, at least it's just, this is very, very tricky. So you kind of have to look at what you're trading, where the risks are. So this is the indexes, and you can see you're trading really at the bottom end of this channel. Now, it's not to say that, we open higher, and then if we start losing altitude very quickly, we could start picking up steam again. But it's just a very tricky area to try and get short in here. Even if it starts getting going, you may hit this thing again and get one of these. So this is just an area that is fraught with risk and uncertainty and volatility. And this is what we're seeing. It's like, this is what I was saying all last week. Every day it started going down, and then it would go down, end up. And then right here, I kind of knew this inside bar, you had to go lower. And then it opened, just on the bad CPI, and, it was the end of the world, and then it opened lower, and then, so it's trying to catch a bouncing ball here. I like to find areas where you get a bit of a rally, where you're at the top of a rally, and now you can, get short and, look for the energy to start coming in your favor. Once the energy is kind of at the bottom, very tricky to get short there. So, this is the push-pull that I play with all the time now. So the indexes are things. So I kind of am looking at stocks. I'm trying to find stocks that, I can understand, the risk and reward a little bit better. The one thing that I have been position trading is Schlumberger. Now, it came off 5% on Friday. Didn't feel good, but we've got earnings, I think, this Friday. So I've got these, options that only expire in a couple of weeks, and I'm hoping I can hang in there and still, make some money on them. But I should have gotten out on Thursday on this robust rally. So I've been talking about this sequence in Schlumberger where you have this reverse triangle, you have this bottom, you have this other consolidation, you took out these highs, and now you've really just been in this consolidation So, when you have a huge move like this, you have to be prepared in your mind. And that's really healthy. It's healthy for a market to kind of build more energy so then it can get going for the next leg. And I should have been cognizant of that. And I should have taken off some profits, into this extraordinary move, but woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm still hoping that this thing puts itself together again. And I do think eventually it makes a new high. So let's see what we do today. But this is something that I've been kind of positioned in, and actually into every drop, I just buy more. I just bought more actually on Friday. So maybe it's a kamikaze mission. We'll see what happens.
See how close of today is.
Well, it's more than just the close. It's just, how this thing just keeps, I'm looking at, in context, yeah, it looked terrible, coming off as much as it did on Friday. But, when you slow it down and look at the weekly, yeah, it's still a bit of a reversal. Made a new high, kind of closed on the low. But, I kind of, I always say when something goes straight up, it doesn't just go straight down. So, this week, you might just get, another little, consolidation where it doesn't really do much. And, then hopefully sets up for the next leg. So we'll see. I mean, to me, you got to just kind of look at the big picture. Sometimes you get these interday, or counter trend things. I mean, sometimes they can be meaningful. You get a reversal and you get one of these. So you can't ignore them all, but I do think that this thing found a home right along this trend line. Every time it hits here, bounced. And I do think this is going to kick this up into new highs. But, let's see. I mean, this could, easily turn into a top. I don't think so. But, all now I can do is, let the market do its thing. I don't think it comes straight off, right? So even if it was going to make a top, I probably have to see another one of these. And then if I saw that, I go, okay, that doesn't look too good. I'm going to get out. But right now, this thing's gone straight up from 34 to 44. It's a huge percentage move in a couple of weeks. It just needs a little digestion period so it can, hopefully make the next move. So I expect first few days just to be backing and filling while we wait for the news on Friday for earnings. So that's kind of in my mind, one thing where I'm kind of positioned. And the other thing, I just take pot shots. I take, try and get in certain places to get a rally. And if I get it, just get out and move on. Hey, if you would like to trade alongside me every day and join our most prestigious program, then head over to thepatterntrader.com/club for more information.